Comfortable yet strong seated mountain pose. So as always, we'll feel our 2 sit bones on the chair, the feet flat on the chair. Roll those shoulders back and down. Comfortable seat, we'll close our eyes, breathe in a beautiful big breath, and just bring in the day's energy. It's a gorgeous spring day. And we'll just sit here in stillness, finding that stillness within us and embrace whatever is going to happen today. Begin by bringing the breath in through the nose and either out of the nose or out of the mouth. It's a very, very important part of our class because if we are getting into tight areas, we have to facilitate a deeper breath first. And you can even take a longer exhale than your inhale. That's called a sinking breath. And what that does is shift us, the longer exhales shift us into parasympathetic rest and digest. So the muscles begin to relax more. So this opening breath work is very important, especially if we're going to hit tight areas of our body, just to signal to the muscles, we are going to get into you and we want you to relax a little bit. So breath in deeply, yes, but maybe even take a longer breath out. And to be sure that that's happening, give a count to the breath. So maybe the inhale lasts for 3 counts. And then the exhale, you can count to 5. So it doesn't have to be much longer, but just extend it out a little bit. So in for 3, and then out for 5. 2 more like that on your own. And 1 more. There you go. And the next inhale takes us to our tallest height. And our exhale will lower our chin down toward our chest here. Good. Now, I want to suggest something. Every time we turn and lift and dip and just move the neck, I want you to notice sensations. What muscles are stretching and how far we're feeling it on our own back and our sides. Good. So noticing that everything is interconnected when we do our movements. So chin to the chest. Right away, how far down to the middle of the spine can you feel that? Sometimes we can take it all the way into the shoulder blade, consider, depending on how the tightness is. So maybe lower your chin a little bit lower and possibly round forward a bit so you get a little deeper into the pull of the upper back. So find that pull where the stretch feels good and then lift the head up. Chin up, so you can have your eyes open or closed, but chin up toward the ceiling, lift the head upward, and noticing the opening of the throat here. Good, and then again, bringing the chin down toward the chest. We're going to tuck the chin and adding a little bit of upper and lower back movement to this. So scoot forward just a little bit, and it's going to be like a seated cat-cow. So hands on the thighs. Let's take those hands back, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chin, squeeze the shoulder blades together and take your tail back a little bit. And then exhale, tuck your chin and round, lean back. Feel the pull across your shoulder blades and into the middle of the back. And then inhale, lifting up, squeezing, lifting the front part of our body, opening up the throat. And then exhale the opposite. We're leaning back. Now we talk about tight necks. And we've got to think about all the little connections the neck makes. So lift up. And as we exhale and lower the chin to the chest, notice what you feel in the back. And then inhale, lift up. What do you feel in the front body? Good. One more time. Exhale, round that into cat. Lower your chin to your chest. And then let's come up through neutral spine, neutral head. And we'll take our chin back down to the middle of the chest. We'll roll our right ear over the shoulder. The left hand is going to come out and behind us. So the open palm slides to the left hip, maybe over to the right hip pocket. Let's take that as far as you can comfortably, but roll the left shoulder down. And we're going to open up this left shoulder area. Now, if you can, start taking your chin to look under your right armpit and then take the chin up toward the ceiling and down toward your chest. And flow this a little bit. And while we flow, noticing the breath, right? Using your breath. Inhale up, exhale down. What areas are you feeling getting a nice stretch and pull? And when we feel stretch and pull, we exhale into anything that's tight. So right away, getting into the tight shoulder. Now unwind the arm and take your head to center. And then we're gonna lower our chin to our chest again and then roll that left ear over. Right arm will come out, the back of the hand. Maybe it's to the right hip pocket, but if possible, the mid back, if not all the way over to the left. And roll that right shoulder back, lower your left ear. You might be fine staying here or turning your head to the armpit. And then inhale, lift up and down. And we'll do this a couple of times, noticing tender spots. I definitely have a little tighter spot here than the other side. You might have one as well, but we're going to get some space there and then enjoy those sensations. So keep breathing. It can be a little intense when we get those tight neck and shoulder muscles bound around each other. Good work. Now let's take the ear back over the shoulder, roll the chin back to the center and then chin parallel. Good job. And then we're going to take our left ear over the shoulder, hang on with our right arm and then pull a little bit. And then that right arm is going to scoot behind you again. Good. Roll that shoulder back and down, breathe here. Good job, turn your head to the armpit and just stay here. Stay, couple of breaths. Nice, and then we're gonna come up through center, take it to the other side. So hold on to your right hand and, hold on with your left hand, right ear of the shoulder, and then maybe that right hand goes back behind you. So we're getting in a little bit deeper. There you go, we have to breathe into this tightness. Remember, those longer exhales signal the muscles to relax into this stretch. Good work. Now let's come through center and see if we can turn and look over our shoulder a little bit better, right? We freed up that congestion. So look as if something is behind you, come to center, and then noticing the range of motion. Notice how far you can see behind the shoulder. Good. Notice on one side versus the other. Maybe there's a little difference in that range of motion. And then when we come back to center, we'll lower our chin to our chest. So we have our nose down as if you're pointing your nose towards 6 o'clock and then come up toward 12. Good job. One more time, head down to 6 and then 12. Now take your nose where 4 o'clock would be and then over to 10. Good. And then 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, testing that range of motion. Good work. And then 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Good. And then 11 and then 5. Good. And then 9 and 3. Oh, nice. Come back through center. Nose down to 6, and we'll take our head counterclockwise back up to 12, all the way down to 6. And here's where we might find those tighter areas. Pause at 6, go back up and around counterclockwise. Good, up and around, ooh, pausing at 6. And now with the chin tucked down, go ahead and take the knees wider and lean back. Hang on to your kneecaps and lean back. And then inhale hard and chin up, squeeze, come back into our cat-cow to realign. Go ahead and lean back a little bit further if it feels good. And then inhale, really arch forward and open your throat. Good work, everybody. One more time, all the way back and then all the way forward. Nice. And then right in the center, we'll heel toe our feet back underneath us. That's super. And roll our shoulders up, back, and around. Take this a few times. Good. Around and around. And then let's go forward as well. We'll go both directions. Getting that synovial fluid into the shoulder girdle. And then up, back, and around just to snuggle in. And we'll take our life reach. So try to touch the wall on either side of you. Really, really stretch. Open and close your fingers with the palms facing down here. We'll get the circulation flowing. And we'll lift up, palms face up, open and close. Good. Nice tight fist. Excellent. Flip those palms down, but keep your little fist and rolling the wrist backwards. You might feel tingling sensations, maybe some popping, but we'll move around in there. Good. Go the other way. Get some mobility, some lubrication. Nice range of motion. Good job. And then shake it all about. Good. Oh, shake, 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 shake. Get that circulation and releases tension. Good job. Okie doke. Next thing we'll do is working with the carpal tunnel. Left arm comes out straight as we can, wrist in line with shoulder, crook of the elbow up. Right hand will assist. So the fingertips down toward the floor. Heel of the hand presses forward, but it's a gentle stretch. Good. Roll your left shoulder back so it's not rolling forward. Oh, breathe into that. And imagine the line of energy from the straight elbow down through the wrist. And there's intensity in that. So take a big breath, release it, other side with the right arm, elbow crease up, fingers down and pull back gently. We want dull, achy stretch, nothing burning or sharp or painful. Good. All right, hands together like you're clapping your hands. And then from here, we'll do what's called a fist pump. So backs of hand together, pinky side up, thumbs down. Then make a fist and pump your knuckles towards your shoulders. So the forearm extenders get a lovely stretch. Backs of the wrists touching. I recommend this one if you've been at the computer for a while, especially if you still use a keyboard or a mouse, and it will stretch the arm in the opposite way. Gets it back. Good. Pump, pump, pump. Contract and release. Getting into the forearms, and then life force reach again. Just take it straight out there. Good job, everybody. Touch either side of your Zoom box. Flip the palms up, reach up. Palms touch overhead, and we bring our hands to our heart to prayer right down the center and shake out a little bit. Let's get those feet and the hands. We do this to get the blood flowing, lymph flowing, maybe move those arms a little. We can crisscross. Right there at the groin and the armpit where the lymph resides. Get that moving. All right. Oh, excellent work. Okie doke. Now, let's grab some water. Make sure we're hydrated in all of our joints along our spine. Keep drinking all throughout the day. Now, we're going to take our right hand to the chair. Left arm comes out with the palm facing up. The arm is going to go up. Good job. And then reach to the ceiling, bending that right elbow. Lean up and over. You've got it. Now both arms touch overhead. And we're going to take the arms out to a Y, a W, a T, and then an L. Here's L. Good job. Left hand down, right arm up, all the way up, reach up. Bend the left elbow, lean over, lateral flexion. Take a big breath in. Release both arms up, overhead, palms touch. Find the letter Y, W. Feels nice on the shoulders. T and L. L is more parallel to the floor. We're going to do that again. So right hand down, left arm up and over, rooting the left sit bone and the heel. Both arms back up. Palms touch, and then make Y, W, elbows to the ribs, and then T, elbows to the ribs, but forearms more, yeah, good, more parallel. Right arm up, bend the left elbow, rooting the right side, lateral flexion, arms overhead. We do this to correct our posture. So Y, W, you can do this on your own, T, and L. Oh, good job. Let's do that a couple times. Y, W, T, L. Last one. Y, W, T, L. We're going to scoot forward and just take a little twist side to side. Right hand touching left hip and left hand touching right hip. And just take that side to side. This is called palm tree, where we just sway. Good. It really does free up any tension along the spine very nicely. You've got it. Now, seated forward fold. So hands to your hip crease area. We'll take the legs out just a hair, just a little bit wider. This time, we're going to slide our hands to our knees, and we've got plenty of space to lean ourselves forward, bending our elbows. Here's where you get to decide if you want to rest your chest on your thighs or in between the thighs. Look at the floor, keeping our head extension of the spine and our hands on our knees. If we want a little more, we can start sliding our hands down our shins, maybe to our ankles. Rest a little bit deeper, and there is a big stretch for your back. If you have high or low blood pressure, glaucoma, we keep our heads neutral. Those of you who don't have those issues, you want a little more, lower your head. It's just that extra weight of the head getting a little deeper stretch. But if eye issues, high or low blood pressure, please keep the head up. Good. So we're just inching forward until it feels like there's a little stress in the tissues, noticing where you're feeling that in the hip, the low back. Good. Take your breath. Nice job. Now we're going to walk ourselves up, up, up. Take the legs out. We'll take this over to our right, walk our hands down the right thigh, and take a peek over, see your toes. The left foot and hip are sitting really heavily on the floor, but we want to get a nice stretch in the back there. Now, you're welcome to stay here or place your right forearm on your thigh, and the left arm is going to come around in a circle. We're going to feel our back stretch, release the shoulder, keep breathing, big backstroke. Now, you would like to, you can look up at the ceiling, see that palm go up. So we're turning our head a little bit. Excellent work. This one pulls us up, and we'll take it to that left leg. Take a little walk to your knee. That whole right side is really stable, and we're going to hinge forward, bending our elbows. Support yourself with your hands. Feel that nice stretch and pull on the right side of the body. Now, if it feels okay, you can rest your left forearm, and the right arm will go in that big circle, possibly gazing up at your thumb when it comes up. So you're turning your head up and then looking at the floor. So we're twisting in our cervical spine. If that's painful, just leave that out. Take a breath at the top. Inhale, exhale the arm down, slowly up and around, and come right back through center. Good job. Now this time we're just going to take that arm and reach over and wiggle the fingers as if there's something you really love and you're just trying to reach it. Good job. And we're going to go to the other side. So right arm crisscrosses over. We are stretching the Quadratus lumborum. It's a very tight area and needs to be stretched every day. Excellent work. Let's come on back. Heel toe those feet in. Now what we're going to do is get into the back. So if you will take your hands, interlace them, the backs of your hands press away. Knuckles straight out in front, tucking the chin and broadening the upper back. So imagine you could pull your fingers apart, but really squeeze them so they can't come apart. That will help broaden the upper back. And take a deep breath right into your shoulder blades, going for spaciousness there where we get vertebral compression fractures, little holes in the bones there that cause kyphosis. So breathe, hold it. Imagine you're holding a big container, holding lots of energy there. Good. Now come on, sitting tall, and flip those palms out, arms up. We're going to take them overhead to the ceiling. Let's see if we can get our thumb side in line with the pinky side and lift up from the ribs. Tall, tall reach, and then we'll circle the arms back, circle the wrists, back, back, back. Now noticing which direction you're circling, because we're going to reverse that and come back up. Good work. And then we're going to reach for those oranges overhead. So reach and pull. If you want a little more lean, that will work your back and your core. Make sure it's comfortable. Good. Reaching and pulling. Very nice. Release those arms. Now we're going to do a little stretch. We're going to take our right foot into like a kickstand. So your toes are flexed as if you're standing on your toe ball mound. And then I want you to roll from your big toe to your pinky toe. And in fact, if you want more, take just your left leg to the chair and step that back a little bit and you'll get more of a stretch. If it's too painful, just keep it out in front of you. But those of you who can stand a little more of a stretch, feel free to take it behind you, like your windshield wipering from your big toe to your little toe. Just rolling weight along the toe ball mound. This is a big sensation, especially in the big toe, right? But we don't stretch this area enough. So send that energy all the way down, building some nice bone strength by putting weight on the toe ball mound. Good. Now let's take it to the other side. Try it here. This might be enough for you, just right out in front. If you're not quite feeling it, shift that whole right leg on and hold on to the chair. Take the left foot back a little bit behind you and weight into your pinky toe, middle toes, and big toe, side to side. Good. And if you put some pressure there, you'll get some bone strength into your femur bone and your shin bone just by adding that pressure. Good. That's a good stretch into the plantar fascia as well. Nice. Let's bring that leg back. Taking a little different variation of our cat-cow. We'll sit midway of our chair. This one is almost an elliptical movement, like elliptical machines at the gym. We're going to come into a cow. So lift up like you're coming into cow. So we start our hands at our knees. We're going to pull them back to our hips. Now, come forward as if you're in a forward fold. You're just going to take your chest to your thighs, hands slide to your knee, round yourself up into a cat. Now, pull your hands back to your hips, come forward, forward fold, just chest to the thighs. Hands around your knees, press yourself back to cat, hands to your hips, cow. Lean forward, push yourself back, cat. Draw yourself forward, cow. There you go. And just press forward and back. This is called a prana pump. And the idea is to bring prana breath into the body. Good. It's a beautiful back arch and a nice rounding. So every time you come forward, tuck your chin when you're in that cat. That's going to stimulate the thyroid system, the endocrine gland. Nice. Now we're going to go backwards. So everybody come down as if you're in cow. You're going to push back cat and pull forward into cow. So you can just keep your hands on your knees in this one. Imagine you're kind of taking your head and pulling yourself through a little tunnel, cow up, catch your way forward, cow your way back. Good. Now you feel kind of the elliptical movement. And as we flow forward and back, imagine positive energy from the crown of the head to the tail as you flow back and forth, tailbone up to the crown of the head, finding that fluidity that the spine loves. There you go. And all the way forward and back up. Nice. So let's just take one more child's pose. Well, child's pose for us. We're going to take a seated child's pose. So hands here. And we're going to rest. It's basically a forward fold, but it's just for the low back. Feel free to stay here with head extension of the spine. Pull your heart forward. But again, if anyone wants to slide the hands lower, anyone wants to lower your head, just make sure you're feeling A-okay with that. And you don't have any high blood pressure, low blood pressure, or eye issues. Always so important. Good job. Place your hands on your knees and feel free to round your back to come up. Head is the last to come up. Super job. We're going to take a little twist. So right hand to that left knee. Chin's parallel. Stretch it out. Take the big breath in. Exhale to release it. And then other side. So left hand to your right knee. Oh, biggest breath in. And release. Good work. Back to center. Scooting forward just a little bit. First knee to chest is tall spine, not knee to nose, knees to chest. So keep your head up. Good. Just flexion for the hip and the knee and switch to the left knee. We are just releasing the back after the cat-cow. Good. Now this time, if you're able, see how close today you can get your knee and your nose. One of our tightest places is back of the neck and low back. Good. Switch sides. If the knee isn't touching the nose, that's okay. That's just our goal. Maybe it's another day, but we'll get closer and closer. Nice job. Release, and we're going to come up to stand. So we'll use the high part of our chair, and that will be turned toward us today. Nice job. We're going to go for our beautiful underarm stretch. So right here, right underneath your armpit area, there is the rib cage. The serratus anterior muscles here can be very tight. So we're going to have our fingertips on the chair, lengthen nice and tall, and we'll walk ourselves back into downward facing dog. So the hands stay directly out in line of the shoulder. Now, what I'd like for you to do is lift your right elbow, lower the left side a little bit, like you're peeking to see what's under your right side. The left side lowers and gets a stretch. Now come through neutral, look at the floor, lower the right arm a little bit, but lift the left elbow. Feel that stretch on the right side. And let's just take this nice and slowly side to side. Peek under your right arm, come to center, peek under your left arm. We don't want to overdo it, just nice, dull, achy stretch. Good job. Ooh, well done. One more time to each side. Lift that right arm, come back to center, and then lift the left. Good work. Now pull it back and then just shift your right sit bone as if you could touch it to your left heel. Just swing your hip off to the left. Come through center and then guide your left sit bone over toward your left sit bone toward your right heel. Just sway your hip to the side. Back to neutral. Look at your thumbs. Walk yourself all the way up. Good work. Here we'll come into a standing cow. Come up to your tippy toes. And then lower the heels, bend your knees, and cat the back. Good. Again, inhale, come up to the tippy toes, the ball mound, toe ball mound, lift up, arch the back a little bit, and then lower your heels, bend your knees. One more time, come on up to the tippy toes, look up, stretch the front side. Exhale, round, lower the heels, and stretch the back. Awesome work. All right, shoulders down, standing tall, right knee bends. Take it out to the side. We're going to lift and lower this right leg a few times to strengthen our hip stabilizers. Really want to be doing this at least once a week, if not twice, making sure our hips stay very strong for balance. Good. Two more. Nice. Now, this same knees, keep it bent. We're going to start circling forward toward the chair. Standing tall, warming up the hip joint. The wonderful thing about our yoga practice is fluidity. Let's go the other way. Our joints want movement and they want this fluid. Good. Releasing the fluid into the hips, synovial fluid. Now let's take it to the left side. So right foot down, bend the left knee, and lift and lower a few times out and in. Good. Drawing the belly in nice and tight so the back doesn't have to take all the work. Good. Now let's take the circle around and around forward. Cycle it around in there, pain-free range of motion. And let's go backwards, round and round. Oh, you got it. And then let's just take it out to the side, ski it out. Maybe when hips go right, look left, and vice versa. You're wagging your tail. Notice where you feel that in the outer hip, the side of your back. Tuck your chin if that feels good. Stretch that whole upper back too. Nicely done. Now we're going to take our right foot by the leg of the chair. Left foot steps back, but not at that 45-degree angle. This time we're going to take what's called pyramid pose, not warrior. So all the toes face the chair, and we're going to hinge forward. So hold on to your chair and just hip hinge at your hip crease. The front leg may bend, the back leg stays pretty straight, and you're just hinging forward until you feel a stretch in the front hamstring. What will help is to turn the sit bones up toward the ceiling, but breathe here. Good job. Take the biggest breath in, and then come on up to stand. We'll step our left foot by the left leg of the chair, right foot back. It's a little short step back. Both heels are on the floor, and all 10 toes face forward. So we're not turning that back foot out. And then hinge forward, we'll bend our elbows, keeping our legs as straight as you comfortably can. You may absolutely bend that front knee. Pull your heart forward. Right leg is pretty straight. Both heels press down nice and heavily. It's called pyramid pose. It's what the shape of the legs make, but it's stretching those hamstrings. You've got it. Now we're going to come forward. Just prance out, one heel lifts and then the other. Let all of that just rest. And this time, right foot at the chair and left foot back at the little diagonal this time. Good. Now we're going to bend our right knee. Right knee will track your second and third toe. We'll bring our left arm to cactus and right arm to cactus. Now you have a choice here of taking the hands together and just having the hands and the elbows touch this way, or you can have your right arm on top in the eagle's wrap or just a hug. So hug or the hands together or the wrap. And we're going to take fingertips up and fingertips down. Lift and lower a few times, contracting your shoulder muscles, lifting and lower the elbows. Good job. Now we're going to lower the elbows and just hinge forward a little bit and tuck our chin and take 2 to 3 cleansing breaths. Finding your balance, make sure your legs are supporting you. 2 or 3 cleansing breaths to the backs of the lungs. Good, keep the lower body strong. We can fill up the thigh, the calf, the ankles, creating spaciousness in the upper body. And then come on up and take the arms out really long, life force reach out to the side, airplane wings. Good, and then cactus arms, pull the elbows back for our nice strong backs. Beautiful job, releasing our hands. We're gonna step left foot forward and just shake out our legs. Prepared to do that on our other side. Left foot at the chair, right foot at the little 45-degree angle and bending our left knee. Good work, right arm to cactus and then the left. And again, feel free to bring your arms out and they don't even have to touch, but you don't have to wrap. Maybe you wanna hug your left arm on top. Maybe you wanna wrap. So anything is fine as long as there's no pain. Lifting our elbows and lowering. Good, we wanna feel those shoulder blades glide. And you have a shoulder muscle called supraspinatus and it's getting strong. That is the shoulder muscle in charge of the upper back, stretching that muscle. Levator scapula, which lifts and lowers the shoulders, getting strong and stretching. And then hinge forward a little bit if you'd like. Good, so those shoulder muscles I listed, they get very tight when we hunch. Now we're stretching it out. Feel free to tuck your chin a little. So you're squeezing the thyroid a little bit more and then 3 breaths into the upper back. Good. Next inhale, come on up. Let's keep our balance. Airplane wings, stretch out here. Airplane wings spread and then cactus arms and pull the shoulders back. There we go. Hands to the chair, stepping forward. Now this time, you have the option of keeping the high part of your chair to you, or if you like the times we've done down dog with the seat of the chair, you can do either one. So the back of the chair, the seat of your chair. Seat of your chair is just a little bit different. You can try it, and if you don't like it, switch it back. But grab the chair either way and pull your hips back. So almost like we're on a stretching rack. Just get a nice stretch in the back. Let your ears be right in between your shoulders. And then we're going to lift one heel and then the other, and then wag your tail. So shifting the hips side to side, adding a little twist there. So bend the knees and shift the hips side to side, feeling the lower body and side body stretching. Feel the arms stretching. Good work. Now we're going to step forward and keep our hands on the chair and take this in a forward fold. So some of you might want to have your head an extension of your spine like the number 11. Others, if you feel okay, can lower your head, just bend your elbows and lower your chest until you feel a little stretch in your back. And then go ahead and walk yourself back up the back of your chair. Excellent job. Come on up to stand. Good work. Now, we're going to do a little flow for the neck and the spine. It is an organic flow, and it teaches us that our neck and spine are all interrelated. So you're going to take your right finger up, and I want you to imagine you're holding on to a sparkler. It's the 4th of July, and you're just a little kid with that sparkler going round and round, and all the fun designs you can make. You can make an X, you can make letters, you can spell your name, whatever you want to do. Just move around, but move your head and your neck around, and it follows the hand, right? Maybe up and down. It could be a figure 8. Just flow it. You got that sparkler overhead like a lasso. Maybe you take it, draw it on the floor, and then take that right arm up, and the left arm replaces it, and you do not have to match one side and the other. Be creative. Where and how would you take that sparkler? You're about 4 years old again, and you are amazed at all the fun, sparkly activity you're creating. Woo! How would you move if you were a toddler, right? Not a big adult, a little child. Have fun, uninhibited. Good. Woo! Nice. Can you imagine that sparkler? Good job. Now release your arms. And this time, we're going to have one hand on the chair. Either one will do. And we're going to rock up to our tippy toes, and the other arm comes overhead. Nice. Now we're going to tap this hand. Tap, tap, tap. Some of you can hover. Maybe others want to touch the hands. Yeah, so go where you feel comfortable. Stretch those toes. That's why we did the toe stretch earlier. Good work. Now see if you can lower your heels nice and slowly. Very nice. Shake that out. Good work moving your bodies. Now we want to do a nice stretch for the top of the foot. So let's take the right toenail bed to the floor. Woo, and that right arm, it's a lot of sensation, because we just don't stretch there very often. And this front of the foot stretch gets into our plantar fascia, but the whole connective tissue on the right side stretching. Super job. And then come to the toe ball mound, just roll that ankle out around and around, both directions. You don't have to put a lot of weight, just roll it around. And we'll take it to the other side. So right hand has the chair. We'll come to the top of the feet, all the toenails on the floor. You are 100% in control of how much pressure you put on your foot. Easy does it. Less is more in these big, tight areas, right? That's why we're hitting, remember, tight areas today. Breathe into it. Nicely done. Taking that out in front of us, we'll roll around, just getting some nice mobility and some circulation. Roll around the other way. Good job. Let's take this into some core work. We have our right hand to the chair, left arm to cactus. Right foot will be out to the side. Some of you may not need the chair. You bring your hand to your hip. Left knee has a bend to it. And then crisscrossing with a nice tall spine, the left elbow toward the right knee. You may touch your toe or hover it, but extend out either way. This is what it looks like if we're hanging on. And if we're not, maybe that hand is close to the chair or at your hip or out the side of you. We'll take that extension. We'll exhale, use your core and not touching, not rounding our back, just crisscrossing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crisscross. Taking that tap of the chair anytime or top of the floor. Crisscross and balance. This is our falling start. This one we're going to hold the pose but not the breath. So crisscross and holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then our falling star, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, great work with that. Let's switch sides. It's a balance challenge. It's a core strengthener. And we're going to try real hard not to round our back. So just cross to the knee. Don't worry about touching it. Right knee may have a bend, and you may absolutely put your chair where you can hang on or to your hip. Crisscross. Think of your lower belly, your lower abdominals. moving this leg, right? Arm and leg movement comes from the core. Now you can extend out long, you can tap the chair or the floor anytime. Exhale, inhale. We go slow, it's a lot of control. Exhale, inhale, chair or a wall. You may hang on. Good job. You hang on, you're still getting that core work. Good. It's for another day. We'll work up to taking the hand off. Now crisscross, hold, but not the breath. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend, keep breathing. Falling star. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super job. Come to your chair and prance that out again. Good work. A lot of hip work, abdominal work, and some marches. Knees up as high as we can. That stretches the back in the opposite way. Good. Spine is tall, strong hip flexors. Super job. All right, we already did. Okie doke. Let's see, we'll do that after this one. So I'm going to do that. All right. We're going to have our chair in front of us. Water, please. Have your water. Okie doke. We will be doing our torso lasso circles. So we're going to have our right toes facing to the right. The left foot faces straight ahead. So your right heel, if you had a piece of chalk, there would be a line from your right heel down to the center of your left arch. Because your right toes are facing this way, left toes straight ahead. Bending our right knee, and we have our chair. Okay, right hand can just stay right where it is. It can be here. The left arm, it is going to go around your head and then back here in the back, okay? So now the right hand, I want you to take your fingertips down. The left palm is just going to face the floor. We're going to straighten our leg and bend our leg. But here, first bend your elbow, take your right hand around your head. Now, as you come in front, flick and straighten your leg. Bend the leg, bend the elbow, straighten the leg, straighten the elbow. So right arm goes around, it's our lasso. Working that shoulder. Now this hand, the left hand is by the chair in case at any time you need to hold on. Good job. Here's the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now let's put an analogy to this. I want you to bathe yourself in positivity and flick off negativity. So what positive word do you need to give yourself? And what negative thing do we flick off? So courage and fear, self-doubt and acceptance, right? We want acceptance. We don't want judgment. So anything that resonates for you. Good job. Now we're going to come on up, parallel the feet. So this time the right foot's parallel to the wall, and we're going to turn the left toes out and draw a line from your left heel to your right middle arch and bending this knee. We can move our chair. It's going to be close to our right hand or the right hand's on it. The left hand, fingertips down. We're going to bend the elbow, take the left hand around, straighten the arm, straighten the knee. Bend and straighten. So this is a bit like Tai Chi. Good. So all the way around. Good. Bend and straighten. So we're strengthening the legs. Good. Little flick at the end there. Positivity. Flick off that negativity. Good. Release that which is holding me back. Nice. Feel that in that strong femur bone, that big thigh bone getting stronger. Nice mobility for our hip and our knee and our elbow and our shoulder, even the wrist. 2 more. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Nice. Now we're going to parallel the feet. Turn those right toes out. We're going to bend. Oh, no, actually, both heels in and both toes out. So I want us to do alternate. So both heels in, toes out, comfortable toe turn out, both arms out. We're going to bend both knees. Yeah. So we're going to take our right arm around, straighten the legs, left arm around. So take your right fingers toward the floor and left toward the floor. So we're taking a gentle squat, stand tall, gentle squat, stand tall. Ideally, your tailbone faces straight down. Good. Alternating side to top side. Once you get about it, don't think about it a whole lot, right? Find your rhythm. Elbows bending, knees bending. Okay, come on up, relax your arms. This time we're going to take both arms, crisscross them around. So arms are out. Now, take that both around and flick. Opposite arm on top. So squat into goddess, arms crisscross, and go around. Good. And go around. Nice. 3, 2, nicely done, and 1. Good work. Come on up. Ooh, stretch that out, shake it out. Good work. Crisscross those arms. Okay. Now we're going to keep the legs at that wider parallel stance. Turn your right toes this way. The left arm is going to reach up, and then we'll take our hips to the side. Just bend that right elbow. Stretching the whole left side. That should feel nice. The left arm is up. Right hand just bends there on the chair. Good job. Breathing. Now maybe gazing up at that left hand. Good. Come all the way up. Let's switch our chair. So it's by our left hand. Right foot parallel, left toes out. Right arm reaches for the ceiling. Take your hips as if your tailbone could lengthen toward your right heel. Same time, bend that left elbow. Right hand reaches, maybe looking up to the right. Big stretch in our side body. This one strengthens our back. Really nice for the back muscles. Good work. Now coming on up, heels in, toes out. We're just going to slide straight down a wall and stretch those inner thighs. Good work. Maybe one-handed cactus, maybe 2, maybe crisscross and crisscross. Oh, so much work. We're doing so much work for the bone strengthening. Good work. Come on up, step it in, come to your chair. Fabulous bone strengthening coordination. Oh, good job. Now, let's take it into a back stretch. So one more time, knee to nose, round it in, tuck the tail. Maybe we can touch knee to nose, tuck that chin as well. Stretch it out back there. Excellent. Do that release. Sometimes the goddess can cause tension, so we must stretch back out. Oh, feels so nice. Excellent. All right, let's take that back to seated mountain, and we're going to grab our water and get some nice hydration. Okie doke. Where do those stem cells go? Hang on just a minute. Something I wanted to do, and I put it off to the side. Okay, well, oh, there we are. Okay, good work. Sitting up nice and tall, we've got our feet flat on the floor. Let's feel those 2 sit bones, and we'll feel our toes touching toe ball mounds and heels. Sitting tall, inhale, reaching our arms up and overhead. Yes, now let's find our cactus. We're gonna lean forward, and hands to your knees, we're going to slide forward. Then we stretch that back that's really worked hard. Now let's come up halfway and come into cow again. So squeeze those elbows back and look up. And let's forward fold. Right arm reaches up, straight arm, reach for the ceiling, spread your fingers. And then relax that hand back down. Left arm comes up, straight elbow, look at your hand. Good, release it. Now we're going to come all the way up, look up, see our hands touch. And bring our hands to the heart space. Good. A few more. Inhale, lifting up. Now the belly comes in as we find those cactus arms and hinge forward. Peek at your toes, feet are parallel, hands to your knees. We fall forward, inhale up halfway, squeeze elbows back, exhale, fold. This time let's take the left arm up, we're reaching up, gazing up, release it, and inhale, right arm up. Good job, release it, and we're gonna come back up, inhale, arms overhead, exhale, hands to the heart. Perfect. Arms up. Good. Now this time we're going to take the cactus, but we're going to plug it in like we were doing with that W. Good. Now let's go back to T and then W. Ooh, again, T and W. Nice. Now right there, go back to cactus and hold here for your strength. Oh, nice. Feel that in the low back, the low belly. Now hands to your knees, and we're gonna slide forward and then swoop back up. Look up, arms overhead. Nicely done. At the chair, we're going to take it and lean it forward. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Nice. Hands to your knees. Slide forward, come up halfway and lengthen. Squeeze it out. Exhale, fold. This time, right arm up. Perfect. And release it. Left arm up. And release. Now arms all the way out and overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart and grab your straps. Great work today, everybody. We want to take some time to stretch those hamstrings. Excellent job. That will go around the toe ball mound of the right foot. I like to start with the right one so that you can see if your big toe is lined up with your ankle bone. It might be externally rotated or internally rotated. We want the toe in line with the ankle, ankle in line with the knee, and the knee in line with the hip. This alignment we want to keep when we're driving. You can slide your hands back a little bit, roll those shoulders down, and feel by holding that strap, there's some engagement of the biceps and triceps, shoulders pretty loosey-goosey. Heel presses away from you. Good. Now hinge 3, 2, 1. Excellent. For purposes of stretching, you may externally rotate. Right hand has the strap. Guide that out to the side where you feel your adductor, your medial tendon. Left knee stays forward, but left arm pulls back. Tallest spine, gaze at that left finger. Stretch the chest, the bicep, the inner thigh, inner knee. Big breath in. Back through center. Realign your foot, please. Toe in line with the ankle. If you're crisscrossing, you might take the toe down a little bit and lift that outer ankle bone up, and then pull the right arm back with the tallest spine you can manage. Open the right side of the chest. Good. Now back to center and ankle to ankle or ankle to thigh. Excellent. We'll flex this right foot. Lead with your chest. Shimmy your hips back. Pull your shoulder blades together. So it's outer hip, inner thigh, low back. All connected, all stretching, all getting space. Longest breath out. Good job. And prepare to do that all on the other side. So the strap goes not on the arch, but the toe ball mound. Left side usually lines up pretty nicely. Just relax your shoulders, slide your hands to elbows or under shoulders. Once you get the heel pressing away from you and toes pulling in, we can take 3 hinges, and there's pretty decent amount of pressure of your foot and the strap against each other. Nice. Here we go. Standing tall. Feel free to externally rotate. That's going to get a little deeper into the inner thigh and knee. Right arm pulls back, tall spines. Press the heel away. Get into the calf. Now, when we come back forward, realign the toe with the knee, and then maybe just a hair of the pigeon toe. That will wake up that outer calf a little bit more for you. Good job. Breathe deeply. Nice, and then we'll set up ankle to thigh or ankle to ankle. It's okay to take it ankle to ankle if this one is not in your comfortable range of motion. Shoulders back, shimmy those hips, breathe deeply. Option to drape our arms, thinkers pose. Good work. creating space for gluteals, hips, nerves, right? Everything that lives all in the place we sit upon. Open it up so we don't have pain shooting down our legs. Nice. Come back through center with the legs out. Just be able to tap your knees together, big toes down, pinkies up. Just a couple in and outs to work those hips a bit, work the feet. Good. And then feet together. Take those hips in and out, roll on the foot, big toe, pinky toe pressing. Nice work. Now sit all the way back in your chair. Good. Maybe we have a little twist side to side. Anything that needs a good stretch. Maybe bring a knee up to your nose. Maybe a seated forward fold. Whatever you need. Good job. Take a big breath in. That concludes our practice for today. Grateful for you, our community, our yoga practice. Thanks so much. See you again on Thursday, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mindy. Excellent class.
Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you. See you soon.
I felt good.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mindy.
Good. Thanks so much, guys. You too, Barb.